What's up, my dudes? About to hit the gas right here, man. So I've been seeing a lot of you guys out there commenting things along the lines of like, quality over quantity. And things like, dude, Spencer, don't upload 2 videos a day. You'll get burnt out and stuff like that. But what a lot of them don't even realize is the fact that a lot of these videos that I've been uploading, I've already had those made from back whenever I was only making 1 video a day. Like, dude, seriously, the quality has not changed at all. That's all in your head. That's a really crazy thing that happens sometimes. Whoa, that whip, dude. That's a really crazy thing that happens where your mind can actually get tricked into thinking like just because somebody's uploading more that their quality is going down. But that's actually not the case at all, because all of those videos I'd already made way back whenever I was just uploading 1 video a day. Nothing's changed at all, bro. And whenever you talk about me getting burnt out, I mean, I could see that if I was only making MX Simulator videos and I was trying to pump out just some sort of MX Simulator, 2 MX Simulator videos every single day. Like, yeah, that shit's eventually going to get a little bit burnt out there. But whenever I'm playing MX vs. ATV Reflex, MX vs. ATV Alive, MX vs. ATV Unleashed, MXGP, all these other games like Total War Warhammer, Call of Duty, all this other stuff, No Man's Sky, when you add that in, it's not like I'm getting burnt out because I'm playing something else just on top of the same amount of MX Simulator that I've always played. So chill out, dudes. It's all going to work out. You just got to let it play out a little bit, okay? But this is the amazing Gwada by DJ Edge 971, I think, is the correct numbers on this dude's name. Now, this is one of the most amazing beginner tracks I've ever seen in my entire life. I'm not exaggerating that. I'm not, like, at a first look, it might be like, oh, that's just another one of those, pretty beginner-looking MX Simulator tracks, like probably somebody's first track or something like that. But when you get on this thing, dude, when you get on the jumps, you're gonna get a feeling like you've never had before in MX Simulator. Like, I mean, shout out to you, dude, for making this track. This is a prime example of you don't have to be this super crazy, like, high-detailed track or something like that to make a good track. Like, a lot of it is just the uniqueness of the way you build the on-track, and that is what this track does the absolute best. Not even mentioning the fact that it's sort of this like tropical vibe but in a desert kind of thing, so he's got something different there, but also it's just the way he's built his jumps here. Like, I don't really know I don't know how to even explain this, dude. It's like a track that I've never rode on before, though. I mean, it's as far away from cookie cutter as you can almost possibly get with still making the track rideable. Like, just these sections, man, everything feels different from each other. Everything feels memorable. It's almost got this, like, the jumps sort of have these floater feeling to them where you jump something, but then you're jumping like multiple different landing options on almost every single jump. And then there's also like almost these like rhythm section style things within a motocross track, which is really hard to pull off without making it just crazy difficult. But he's managed to do that really well here. Like, in the jumps, they just feel good. They feel realistic. They feel like there's just something to them that it just feels like the whole track is, it's not perfectly smooth, it's not perfectly flat jump faces, but yet it's still fairly simplistic in what you're hitting. There's not like 1,000 ruts. So just some of these jumps are so fun, dude. Like, the track is just fun like that. Doesn't take that long to learn it. You got a pretty cool scrub jump right here that I completely failed on. You got one bigger style double. That's probably one of the most dangerous jumps. Like, some of these sections you can jump them pretty far, but this is that double right here. So that's about the only jump that you got to be worried about coming up short on. And it's crazy that he's managed to make a track that is like such big jumps and rhythms. I say such big. It's not that big, but there's some jumps that really give you that feeling like you're like floating up in the air for a little while. But he's managed to make it like that, but still make it to where it's not super difficult. Like, I feel like anyone could ride on this track. It's got just one of those, like, unlimited skill levels to it, you know? Like, it's just, it's for beginner riders, it's for amateur riders, it's for pro riders, it's for every rider. He's just managed to capture that really well. And just the uniqueness of the layout and the corners and the everything about it. Every single thing about this track is so unique. It just feels like something truly different on MX Simulator. I just love this track, man. It's got a bit of a sand almost kind of feeling, not super sand by any stretch, but it's just, you can definitely get a little bit of a, you know, kind of front end slide sand filling here and there a little bit. But these jumps, man, they're just so fun. Like, just the way they're built where they just float you up over. Word of the day, floater, dude. They just float you so good in the air. Like, it just feels like such a natural track. Like, such a natural feeling when you're hitting the jumps and stuff. It doesn't feel like anything's weird, like you're super over jumping something or you're coming up super short or anything like that. Everything feels pretty consistent. That jump is so fun right there to scrub on. Like, you know, you got a fun scrub jump, then you got a fun jump where you over jump, then you got a fun double that you kind of got to time out a little bit. So he's almost got like every single element of jumps in one track in a sense. Fun tabletops, fun jumps at, you know, almost like a Zacchus station, something like that, where you just launch right over, then another really fun big tabletop. I mean, it's just like, what a fun track, dude. Nice roller type section, then you got to get on the brakes pretty hard right there. And you come back around in another super fast section where you're doing this like crazy scrub thing over these doubles right through here. There may be some bigger jumps that I'm not hitting. Like, I think you might be able to jump that motherfucker all the way. I don't even know how to explain it. You just got to have rode on the track to kind of know what I'm talking about. But I think there's like a Pastrana line right there. If you just hit that thing, I mean, wide open, you might have to change your gearing a little bit to really get the speed for it. But, yeah, dude, amazing track right here. I'm not over-exaggerating that at all. I'm not just saying that just because it's tropical. I know some people might kind of think that. That's not the case. It's just a good track, dude. Like, I mean, and it's, even though the off-track, you can definitely tell some parts are a little more basic. Honestly, I wouldn't want it to be any different. I know it might sound a little bit crazy, but I honestly wouldn't want him to change it at all. Even though, like, yes, you could make the argument, like, you know, he could have maybe added a little bit more variation in some of the off-track decals and the on-track stuff or whatever. You could make that sort of argument here and there, but, I mean, it's such a unique design that I don't ever want it to change, is kind of what I'm saying here. Like, whenever you get something this unique, it's just you want to cherish that. It's like, dude, do not change this track at all. I love this right here. Like, oh, man. Just a perfect example of, you know, you don't have to have the major, like, the major decal quality to have a good track, you know? It's just, I just love this thing, man. He's just got different rut options in the corners. They're more like berms, but that's pretty typical for MX Simulator. But just the way he's done it is just, it's just a little bit different than a lot of other tracks out there. And I've said that from day one. That's the most important thing to making a custom track. Do something different. I know sometimes that can be difficult whenever everyone's basically made pretty much a lot of things that you can make. Still, especially with me going out there making all this crazy shit, you know, doing like every single variation of everything. But believe it or not, there's still thousands of track ideas that I have wrote down that I've still never made, that no one else has ever made. They're out there, dude. The track ideas are out there. You just got to expand that mind a little bit. Expand it, dude. Get out of the box. And what's cool is, like, it's not just in a biome sense, but it's in a track design sense. It's unlimited to what you can make as far as on-track track designs. Unlimited. Absolutely unlimited. Same way with the biome, same way with the anything. And especially if JLV eventually puts in a system where it's not just top-down editing only, like basically where you can add like tunnels and stuff like that, that'll expand the game so much it won't even be funny, dude. Like as far as track building goes, if he'll expand on how you can do that and make like floating terrain and different shit like that where you can jump up on floating islands and stuff, that's kind of what my mind goes through. I know some people never even imagine that in this game, but if JLV added that sort of editing power to the game, then you're really going to be able to make some crazy stuff. But even just the way it is right now, I mean, you're going to be able to make a lot of different stuff out there. You just got to figure out a way to do it, That's kind of the hardest part is figuring out a way to get what you imagine in your mind into the game. That's the most difficult part. Anybody can imagine it, but to actually get it in there like you think it, that's the difficult process because you got to try to figure out, is there the objects already in the game? Or are you going to have to put some different skyboxes in there? What are you going to have to do to get it to that point? And so that's what makes it a little bit more tricky, but super fast section right here. It's just like, it's the pacing of the track I feel like is really good. Like you don't go in a super tight corner and then come around another corner and it's like just a crazy long straightaway. It just all fits. It just all feels like a natural motocross track in a layout design, and like a spacing of everything and the actual timing of everything. It just feels natural, dude. Like, I don't know. Amazing track, though. 9 out of 10. I would say the difficulty is probably, honestly, I would say it's easy. Seriously. I know it sounds crazy because I'm hitting some fairly big jumps here, but it's easy, dude. Like, you can come up short on any of this shit. Just be careful on this. It's definitely a scrub jump. I'm thinking even maybe there you could huck that all the way over, but you would have to jump that, perfectly and land perfectly on, like, the downside right there. I think would be the only way to do that. This little water ponds look sick. Definitely adds a little bit more of a layer to it. Love that tabletop right there. It's just got like a, when you come off the face of it, man, I don't know. Just feels like a Zaka station would or something like that. Really, really cool. I think this dude could make a Zaka station replica really easily just by his design of his jumps and stuff. They feel very similar to that. Like that sort of kind of like floater jump style, fast sections, but yet it's simplistic at the same time kind of vibe, if you know what I'm saying. So either way, don't forget, I have all of my track reviews. I think I got like over 100 on my front page in a playlist. Got all my custom tracks in a playlist, all of my MX Simulator guides in a playlist. Definitely, if you've not went and checked out my different playlist, I would do that because all that's laid out in a pretty organized manner there where you can actually find what you're looking for. So either way, I appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Later, dudes.